I'm going to tell a little bit about myself in the beginning, and I would really like to know a little bit more about you. I saw where you're all from, and let me know, please, in the comments, what role you currently have and what kind of business you represent today. So we will try to make this as relevant as possible. Because again, you joined the live stream, so let's make the most of this live conversation, make it actually a conversation. I started my career in FMCG, spent 10 years in production and supply chain, and then switched to IT, namely came to SendPulse. From personal experience, I realized that the industry and the company do provide certain rules, but in the end, any business and product success is built with people, communications, and repeatable processes. So automation is my true passion because it helps exactly, it exactly helps to that, improve communication and make the processes scalable. And today, we will talk about automation that can really make an impact from my experience. And I would like to also see if you have any questions, please ask them. As Olena said, we will be happy to answer them after the talk. So not every automation is magic, but some of them certainly can seem like magic. So what we will look at today should be relevant for e-commerce, online services, influencers and experts, which we see more and more of nowadays. And also this will be beneficial for offline businesses. So almost any type of business can benefit from email and messenger automation. Let's talk in detail today about the ways automation can help you guide each customer to purchase. Today we will start with the reality. So why many or most contacts never hear from you, why many are afraid to automate. And I will share a 3-question automations test. Why? Because we as people love simple formulas, tests, and things that come in threes. And also we will look at real examples that you can start with your automation journey. You can definitely do everything we discussed today with SendPulse. There are other tools that you can use, but I personally just don't know why you should use anything else, since SendPulse has everything you need under one roof. So I see that we have a mix of people here today, and I see that my presentation should be valuable for the specialists we have today. So let's start with the reality you and I live in. If you run a small local family shop, you can chat with everyone, you can guide every customer. But this model, it's good, but it's not scalable. If you open a supermarket, everything changes. You cannot talk to each customer anymore. And with online sales, the number of site visitors just becomes unmanageable for personal interaction with each and every one of them. The decision time of your customers really matters because the customer can easily make a decision and buy from your competitor in the time it takes for you to reply. And this, of course, depends on the business you have and on the decision times of the customers. But it's just something to keep in mind where manual communication is not the best option sometimes. Also, with online shopping, often come the 24/7 customer inquiries. One of our new customers, they sell dental equipment. And why they chose to start automating their communications with the chatbot in Messenger is because they noticed a certain pattern. They have a specific customer segment, which is dentists. And dentists often place orders or ask questions during the night. It can be 11 p.m. It can be 2 a.m. And then the next day, the managers come to work, they start calling people back, answering questions, but hear radio silence because dentists are working during the day. And so this is something that also is important problem that we need to think of, is how fast can you react to each customer request. So if the manual communication is not scalable and is not reliable enough, why not automate everything? Well, there is a fear, and I think if you, based on the answers in the chat, you know these fears, you can feel them yourselves, that automation can only complicate things. And there are bad examples from big brands that I personally experienced that can support that. So a few years back, my Netflix subscription expired, and Netflix started sending me emails every week. They sent the same email, basically saying, hey, your subscription expired, would you like to renew? And I didn't unsubscribe just because I had some professional interest to see where this was going. It was going nowhere, basically. So yes, it was irritating, and this was too much. It had no relevance to me. So this is a bad example, but with Netflix, I will also cover a good example of automation later in the presentation. Another example is also from a global brand called Zara, online clothes store in that case. I tried to purchase a gift certificate from the online store in Zara, and I had a problem, and the only option to communicate was the AI-powered bot, and the bot failed to answer my question. Then the answer was too generic, and basically I would have benefited more from some just article or frequently asked questions answered rather than from talking to this bot. So these messages were indeed spammy in one case and generic in another. But my deep belief that I'm here to share with you today is that problem with that communications was not that the communication was automated, but that it was irrelevant. So you should not be scared of automation. You should try and avoid sending irrelevant messages. Because we define spam, cringe, and boring, not based on the way the message was created, but by the way it makes us feel, and if we can relate. So the same, probably the safest approach is not to invent something and try to automate it, but take a look at the actual communications you have right now and try to automate it. If you are an art dealer or a personal buyer, probably the percentage of communications you can automate will be lower. If you sell a more common product to a bigger audience, then the automation level can be significantly higher. So here, a good example from Netflix, which shows that automation is not the enemy. Now, after I personally watched a TV show on Netflix, they sent me an email saying, okay, you finished watching this email. You finished watching this show. Did you like it? And when I clicked on the email, I saw more recommendations that were basically more or less similar, or I might have liked, and I clicked on another one. So why did I open that email? Well, just because I saw the name of the show I liked, and I don't think there was too much thought put into my click. And that's the thing. The relevance came from just me seeing the words that I can relate to. So this is the 3-question test that I urge you to use to define what to automate. you definitely need to educate yourself on what is popular, what is common in automations, but you will find case studies that will give you dozens of different messages that can be automated, should be automated, must be automated. And honestly, it's too much work to do all at once. And that's why I would start small, but try to look for things that would be the most effective. So like the quick wins, let's say, fast gains that can help you in the start of your automation journey. So you need to look at your communication. The three question test. First one, is this communication happening regularly? Does it need a lot of context? And is it often skipped or missed? Because you want to get to it, but you don't actually do it because you have more urgent things to do. But it's nice to have you want to do it. So if you have 3 yeses, what do you do? If you have 3 yeses, you don't automate fully, you automate partially. You automate fully if the communication is repetitive, if it does not need a lot of context, and it can become relevant but by just getting the time right, and if it's often missed. So that's when you can do basically full automation. So what if the message actually requires a lot of context and is still it's regular and often forgotten? What do we do? You can automate the reminder to send the message, to automate task creation. You can automate the task creation, you can use CRM automation, and then you can track actually the task completion. On the left, you can see an automation flow in SendPulse. It sends a sequence to a new subscriber depending on their activity and gender. This is a simple example. You can go further into segmentation if you have the right data. On the right, you have a partial automation, basically, because the first, so the flow is triggered also when a new subscriber is added, and the first email is automated. But then we kind of guessing here that some work is being done in the background by people. And what we want to check is that new customers made a purchase during 5 days. So if the purchase was not made during 5 days, we want our managers to take an individual approach. So that's why here it is automated in the beginning and then handed over to a person. So this is full versus partial automation. And let's see more specific examples of convertible, as Edhard is asking exactly. So convertible triggers and sample examples of the flows that actually do work. So the biggest open rate that you can get in emails comes from the welcome email chain. This might sound boring or too obvious, but this is just as in a regular brick and mortar store. Greet your potential customers, greet new customers, and guide them, track their journey with you, and guide them to the purchase, or guide them to the second purchase with you and to repeating. So what you can do there is tell about your most relevant offer, give options to learn more. You can also send information, so support this information with customer testimonials, some reviews, maybe if you have those. If you have a complicated product, doesn't matter if it's online or offline. You can send guides that help people use the product earlier and better. And it's good always to address common pain points. So you are just kind of guessing what your customer is thinking right now and what they need right now. And you need to address this in your communication. For this reason, it is easier to start doing this in the beginning when the journey just begins, it's more common. The pain points are easier to predict. And also, you can understand that the opening rate is quite high, and because the person is very interested in your product, and later they can lose interest actually. And why I'm suggesting a flow is because you're essentially guessing what will trigger interest from your customer. So if you send one email, it's one guess. If you send 2-3 emails, it's more possibility for you to guess and actually draw your customer in the communication. So this is what we did for onboarding and SendPulse. So we have a personalized onboarding for a certain segment. And the first email is automated. So the moment the person enters the segment, they get an email. And then we needed to send a reminder, but we realized that the first email gets up to 60% open rate. The interaction is great. But the second email needs to come a few days later. And at this point, the customer journey and customer progress is so different that we cannot guess what our customers need. So we have a template that we personalize to contact these customers. Of course, this is not scalable to every SendPulse user. This has to be used for a segment, but it is fit for purpose. And for all users, what we can do is full automation, obviously. So this is for welcome email. Again, it works for online services. It works for B2B, B2C, basically any industry you find. If you have a regular store and you can get the email of your customer for some loyalty program, also you can involve this. Abandoned cart, I have to mention it because for e-commerce, this is one of the biggest drivers of sales, basically. So again, I'm very hesitant to share the numbers because they can vary, and they are also usually presented for the successful implementation, but you can get 10-15% from abandoned cart emails based on our experience, based on experience of our partners in SendPulse and their customers, and of course based on the researches I looked up additionally to prepare for today's presentation. Abandoned cart makes sense because up to 70% of carts get abandoned, and the open rate is quite high, can go up to 50%. So the chances of actually person buying after receiving this particular email are high. The only thing is abandoned cart sometimes requires more intricate technical setting. So that's why I would say this is not the first thing to automate, but it definitely is can be very profitable. And talking about omnichannel communication, multi-channel communication, the question is often, how do I bring my email subscribers to the chatbot, to messengers, and vice versa? Basically, you need to give some value to the person to make them share their additional contact. And order updates is a very good option for this. So you promise to send order status update to the very easy messenger to access, and the person will more likely join and then get other updates from you later. So talking about omnichannel communication, it sounds great, but it is challenging. So I will not hide that, and I will not say that it's so easy to use different channels, because you need to marry contacts from email messengers. Make sure that you don't send too much to a single person. So SendPulse is great. It's a great all-in-one solution that offers both ways to easily combine different tools which are advanced on their own, But also SendPulse allows people who are working as agencies, developers, integrators, also allows them to do even more with the API that we have. So if you're starting, you will have all the functionality there, all the integrations without coding. But if you know how to code and use API, then you get even bigger scale of opportunity. Let's move to messengers. We talked a little bit about email and omnichannel, and let's look at messengers specifically. I think that the ideal state for entrepreneurs in 2025 is you have an online chat button on your website and a few social media pages. All chats go to an automated reply flow, which is often managed by an AI agent. So the AI agent guides the customer 24/7, closes the sale, and schedules a follow-up communication to urge the customer to return for another purchase. Right now, there are some limitations that prevent most businesses from doing this. Maybe in the future, maybe even not such a distant future. But for now, you can automate initial communication with your customers, get basic information, and then hand over to a human. So this is a good thing to start. You can use quizzes or useful downloads to start the conversation, and this will help to reduce workload on your people that are working answering the questions on social media. For example, Instagram offers a starting menu. It nudges the customer to trigger the automation applicable to them. So to make it relevant, you don't just send something, you make the customer trigger it. WhatsApp has a lot of options as well. If you are scared to let AI speak directly to your customers, you can use it as your manager's assistant. And we will look into more detail of this in the next slides. So first, Instagram automation. Right now, we see that it's very relevant for e-commerce and expert influencers who are probably using our Instagram automation the most. You can use it. You probably saw these comments that please write by in the comments and get the guide, for example, on how to close high ticket sales in under an hour. So people comment, and then you have a public comment published like, thanks, check your DMs, and you have a comment or a message in the DMs going to the person with the guide. Also, if you're selling something online, price and reply questions about price can also be automated. So Instagram automation is definitely a big hit right now. As I mentioned before, AI can be your automation assistant, your personal assistant to your managers. Simply here, it's about WhatsApp, so the automation was in WhatsApp, but it can be applied to any messenger now. So it started from our agency partner who was doing this for their clients, and now it's available. It's built into the SendPulse AI step. So you don't need coding skills to ask GPT for a brief summary to be provided in notes. And this is how it helps. Before, the client enters the chatbot and interacts with it, answers some questions, chooses some options, and then the conversation is handed over to the person. And the person needs to scroll the whole conversation, try to summarize it, understand what's going on, and then answer. So now the person enters the conversation, and already there is a note that only the manager sees that says, basically gives the summary of what happened, what the person needs, and the context. Sorry. So this is quite helpful. It is advanced on the one hand, but also very easy to implement on the other. And the last thing to briefly touch upon is the content. So my presentation is very general, so the content is always very tied to specific industry and product and business model. But the universal tips are probably the three that I can choose, which are to make the message feel more personal, try to focus on one thing in particular, and basically just make sure that if you can't use the context, that you're using the timing right. So for automated emails, it's either words that make it personal or the timing, again, as I've said. For instance, here you have an automation on your website. A person saw the pop-up, subscribe to get 10% off your first purchase, left their email, got the discount. So what happens next? You definitely don't want them to wait for your next marketing campaign. So you can send them something, but you're not yet clear what. So here are three options. The first one looks like a personal message, but it's too generic, not triggering, not touching any emotions. Option two is just a banner. So again, it's pretty, but it's not triggering and you're not interested to scroll to see more. The third option is it's good. So if you don't know the specific product, you can come in with your bestsellers. You can use browsing information or subscription page for segmentation if you have this information available. But even talking about your bestsellers and then supporting with some other information is much, much better. So here what you can do is basically experiment, try 2-3 messages in a row and see what is more relevant for your audience. So I think I'm close to running out of time, and I really want to answer any questions if you have them. So today, what we did is we addressed the reality and fear that you might have regarding marketing communications automation. I shared a 3-question test to pick what to automate, and we went through the most impactful touch points to automate for online stores and other businesses, experts, influencers. Here is 2 fresh thoughts from this slide, basically to add to everything I said before. First, don't forget to test before launching, because I'm always surprised that many people create an automation and connect it to a live website before even testing properly the full flow. And second thought is even though it's automation, do track the statistics regularly. So in the beginning, it should be every day. And then when you see that everything is okay, track it at least every week, just to make sure that the automation goes smoothly and nothing went wrong. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. We also have a great partnership program. If someone who is listening is working with clients, you can not only register with SendPulse, but also apply to our partnership program. And in the presentation, I will have links for this. I think that we have a special offer for people registering to SendPulse today. And Olena will remind you as well about it later. Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I would gladly answer them.
Oh yeah, Natalia, thank you very much. Thank you for the walkthrough on messaging and email automation. Really important and so actionable topic. I'm sure that it's a great solution for businesses and managers who would like to win a competition and make their life easier. And there are a lot of benefits for the customer too, because of the personalized communication and quick replies. So I can see that there are several questions in the chat, and um, I offer to start with the first question from Ed Hart. Okay, and talking about automation in European region, there is necessary to collect customers' consents for marketing communication with cookie banner. Could you please share your best practices that may help for? Any thoughts?
That's an interesting question. I think here probably what would help is to understand what challenges you're facing currently, because it is mandatory, and we do, for example, in SendPulse, we have websites functionality as well, and we have pop-ups that you can activate for cookies, for the consent to connect cookies for the cookie banner. It definitely is a problem just because it exists. Obviously, we all want to collect data right away as marketeers. But I think that here the only option is just to show it, because there is no other thing to do. And then the design, there are different options that I probably, it's hard to describe right now just with words.
Okay, thank you very much. And before asking Natalia another question, I'd just ask you, please, we have about 80 minutes to answer your questions. So if you have your questions related to your business, your tasks, email marketing, chatbots, messaging, automation. So please leave your questions in the chat on YouTube, and Natalia will answer your question. So the next question is, could you please also share the most convertible in conversions triggers that are applicable in SendPulse system for automation? Maybe you can share some insights.
I'm trying to think that what to add to what I have already talked about. Probably I would like to highlight, if we're talking about SendPulse specifically, that we all think that automation, or many of us think that automation is something that happens maybe in email, or that it's only related to communication. If we're talking about SendPulse, I think the good thing that we see more and more customers do is they combine email or chatbot and CRM. Especially probably chatbot and CRM is a combination that we see more and more. And the reason is exactly what I was saying, that full automation is quite hard to do. So it's very hard to predict each and every different customer journey step. So it's hard even in, not in emails, but in messengers, to build fully automated chatbot without AI. And definitely you need to connect a person at some point. And at this moment, it becomes very complicated. So CRM that is integrated with chatbots is the maybe not the most obvious solution, and many people think about it separately, but it's helpful, and the combination of automation and actual human managers is the best that works. AI can be added. It's very popular right now, and customers are adding it basically at almost any stage. And you need to know how to work with the AI. This is the first complication probably, but it's becoming easier and easier each day. And again, if you want to cover all customers, you still need the combination where some automation then AI and your manager can work together and not waste time for handovers. So that's again where automation between messengers, AI, and CRM can be the most beneficial, and you can do this in SendPulse. This integration is built in.
Okay, thank you very much for such a detailed answer. So, okay, and another question from Edhard. Talking about email, could you share the best practices about deliverability? How there is a huge challenge enter to the inbox folder, let's say about Google account, but not in promotions. Really interesting.
Yes,
For me too.
this is actually probably one of the reasons why welcome email and the onboarding flow is so important. Because often you actually need the person to search for your email in their inbox. And this will not happen if you collect the email and then send some marketing promotion 2 weeks later. So in the modern life, with the speed of modern life and with the number of emails and even messages on WhatsApp coming in, basically your message needs to be relevant, at least from the start. The person needs to look for it. So start early. As I said, welcome email just at that point. If you can send order updates or some updates that are definitely relevant, it also helps to improve your deliverability. And something that is probably an eternal question and eternal challenge. Our customers come to SendPulse and they say, we want to send emails to as many potential customers as possible. We have the big amount of people who bought from us in the last 5 years, and we want to contact them all. And we will always make a recommendation not to do this because it will not be effective. So it will be effective if you take the people who actually remember you. So 5 years back, probably many of them will not remember you. So take people who interacted with your brand in the last few months. Maybe it will be a smaller amount, but you will get better results in the end. So you definitely need to engage all ways possible and available to you to actually talk to and communicate, send emails to those who remember you and will even look for communication from you. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Also, I would like to say thank you to Edhard for your questions.
Yes.
You are getting the most out of the Natalia's session. And we are getting to another question from Edhard. So, share please advantages SendPulse compared to Bloomreach, Synrise, or Eloqua. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes, these are quite specific tools, and I think the biggest advantage of SendPulse compared to any tool, and here I just can say this with confidence, that we have a very advanced email tool with very advanced automations, and all of this together with chatbots functional and messengers automation, Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram, online chat automation, Facebook Messenger. And this automation is also very advanced. And you have this all in one place where you can also connect your CRM. So it's quite unique to have this all in one place and available to you basically in one module. And also what our customers and partners say, what they really like about SendPulse is the customer support that is live 24/7, and it's actual people talking to you right when you have the question, not in 3 days. And also the speed of new releases. So we have new functionality coming every day. Basically, it's a smaller one, probably bigger one every week or bi-weekly. So what you see today will be quite different and much more advanced in a month or 2 months.
Okay, so thank you very much. I can see a couple more questions in the chat. Natalia, if you have such an opportunity, some time to answer questions in the chat from your YouTube account, it will be great that I can see that it's timing for the moment. Thank you very much. Thank you for your session. Maybe you would like to add something or highlight before wrapping up your session.
I just encourage everyone to try and launch an automation this week or next week at latest, because automations can really improve your performance, your product performance, your sales. So start small and build on it, repeat, experiment, and scale your automations, basically to improve your business performance. So my message is just start doing something and automating something.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. It was awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
So
Thank
have a
you.
great rest of the day.
You
Natalia.
too. Bye.